Do you know the power battery recycling industry? Do you know how much you can sell your used electric car batteries for? As the price of power battery raw materials continues to rise, resulting in high battery costs, the profits of the industrial chain have gradually been concentrated upstream, and downstream car companies whose profit margins have been squeezed have begun to deploy power battery recycling business, starting the journey of reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Power battery, as the heart of new energy vehicles, the metal part, positive electrode, negative electrode, aluminum shell and diaphragm can be recycled. The GGII predicts that by 2025, China's retired power batteries will total 137.4 GWh, and the capacity of used batteries to be recycled will reach 960,000 tons. A large number of electric vehicle batteries will reach the end of their service life in 2025, and 2025 will become a turning point for the battery recycling industry. The demand for lithium-ion batteries will increase 12 times from 2021 to 2030. At the same time, the total decommissioning of lithium batteries is expected to reach 315 GWh. Therefore, the power battery recycling industry is very promising. In other words, the rise of electric vehicles cannot be stopped. Hi! Welcome to Auto Age. In today's video, let's talk about the power battery recycling industry. Let's see why your waste power battery should be recycled. Who is responsible for this? How much can they sell for? Okay, let's get started. In the next few years, the penetration rate of electric vehicles will gradually increase. The global electric vehicle penetration rate has risen from 4% in 2020 to about 8% in 2021. It is estimated that the penetration rate of electric vehicles will reach 27% in 2025, 53% in 2030, and 73% in 2035. Demand for electric vehicles in China has been leading the world. About 1/3 of new cars sold are electric. The HSBC report pointed out that the demand for lithium batteries in 2030 will increase 12 times compared to 2021. The shortage of supply has caused the price of lithium to surge, and companies have to start looking for ways to reduce costs and increase efficiency by recycling batteries. At the same time, we believe that the risk of potential supply disruption and the delay of project commissioning may make lithium fall into a more serious supply shortage in the short term. HSBC believes that battery recycling is an urgent need. A new fast-growing industry, the battery recycling industry, is emerging and will only grow in size. It pointed out in the report that the business of recycling batteries has the advantages of stable supply, getting rid of dependence on metal supply from specific countries, and reducing carbon emissions. Therefore, it is the right way to deploy battery recycling. The advantages of corporate recycling batteries are as follows. 1. Stable supply. In 2021, the price of the key metal used in the production of electric vehicle batteries will soar as supply exceeds demand. We believe that by 2030, the self-sufficiency level of different metals should increase from 8% to 14%, and the supply of metals needed for batteries will be more stable. 2. Purchasing diversification. The metals needed for batteries are still heavily dependent on supplies from a few countries: Australia for lithium, Indonesia for nickel, Congo for cobalt, and China for graphite. Therefore, developing the battery recycling business can reduce dependence on specific countries while reducing geopolitical risks. 3. Reduce carbon emissions. A key factor in the transition to electric vehicles is reducing carbon emissions. Recycling raw materials in electric vehicle batteries has a lower carbon footprint than mining. According to statistics from Bloomberg New Energy Finance, in the process of producing a 100 kWh nickel-manganese-cobalt 622 cylindrical battery, if 100% recycled metals are used, carbon emissions can be reduced by 53%. HSBC emphasized in the report that from 2021, electric vehicle batteries will gradually reach the end of their service life, and the number of batteries that can be recycled will increase significantly in the next few years. From 2025, the amount of batteries that have reached the end of life begins to accumulate. At the same time, through the study of different chemical elements in the battery, it is pointed out that lithium iron phosphate batteries have a longer service life after recycling. The report said, according to the definition of battery service life by the U.S. Advanced Battery Consortium, when the battery capacity reaches 80%, it is considered that it is about to reach the end of its service life, generally between 8 and 12 years. Therefore, we speculate that the amount of batteries available for recycling will increase significantly after 2025. HSBC uses the lithium-ion battery model to predict the future battery recycling industry. It believes that the status quo of battery production waste as the main recycling raw material will be changed. At the same time, the recycling of lithium-ion batteries will grow at a compound annual growth rate of 41%. The report points out, we assume a scrap rate of 3% for production. Currently, battery production waste is the main source of recycled raw material, accounting for about 78% of the recycling market in 2021. We expect this to drop to 41% by 2030 as more batteries become available for recycling. At the same time, we estimate that between 2021 and 2030, the recycling volume of lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles will increase at a compound annual growth rate of 41%, from 15 GWh to 315 GWh. HSBC said in the report that the main reason why many companies have started recycling business is to obtain the huge economic value of the metals contained in batteries. The report said, while battery recycling does help reduce energy consumption, CO2 emissions, reduce waste, and improve safety, it is most important that companies find the economics attractive, or they would not invest in the industry. Previously, the company's recycling focus was on extracting cobalt, still the most expensive of the battery metals. But with the surge in lithium prices after 2022 and the rising penetration of lithium-ion batteries, companies are now turning to lithium. At the same time, HSBC analysis believes that the battery recycling industry is changing to a hydrometallurgical process, which is less energy-intensive and has a higher recovery rate. Self-sufficiency in battery metals will increase to over 9% by 2030, according to the report. Hydrometallurgy is a science and technology that uses leaching agents to dissolve valuable metal components in ores, concentrates, calcine and other materials in solution or precipitate them in new solid phases for metal separation, enrichment and extraction. The recovery rate of key metals such as cobalt, nickel and lithium in the hydrometallurgical process can reach more than 98%. The process is also less energy intensive and can be tuned for different battery chemistries. HSBC also emphasized in the report that the government's policy on battery recycling has further promoted the rapid development of the battery recycling industry. China started implementing policies and regulations on battery recycling and reuse in 2015 and has been leading the way. China has the highest recycling rate requirements, as well as collection networks and tracking systems. Europe has also started developing targets and will start implementing them from around 2025. The EU's Critical Raw Materials Act, September 2022, aims to strengthen the supply and recycling of critical raw materials in the EU. In our view, more regulations should appear soon. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas with other people. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.